Hello, everybody. Well, welcome. It's 11 o'clock. We're running a little behind, but no matter. Um, we are here to see what's in the box. What's in the box? And well, we know what's in the box already. This is the box, and what's in the box? Is Hellboy from Mantic. Now, I'm aware that this is not the first ever unboxing of this game. If you search on YouTube, which, don't, because I'm sure there's a million others that are going to be way better than this. I haven't seen this, apart from briefly at Salute a couple of weeks ago. Mantic had this out at, on their stand, and I saw a few pieces at their open day last November. But I haven't been through the box. I haven't been through layer by tiles, by books, whatever else. Whatever else is in it. Now, this is the Kickstarter version of the box. It isn't the retail. I am painfully aware that some people managed to get hold of the retail version at Salute and have already started playing it. Now, that sucks for me because I wanted to be one of the first people to do it, but it wasn't going to happen, is it? Anyway, should we have a look? Bear with me. Right, so let's get over on here. I've got my phone up, so if anybody is watching, we've got Chris live with us at the minute. If anybody else joins, ask away, questions, Q&A, interaction, all fun. Right, let's have a look. Let's try to do this so that my address doesn't show on camera. There it is. Wow, that's huge. That is a huge box. Now, I weighed this in the outer box earlier, and it's just shy of 5.2 kilos. So, so let's have a look. What's on the front? We've got some nice Hellboy art. On the side, there's I want to say that's Abe Sapien, but I'll be wrong because that's Abe Sapien on the bottom. We'll find out who everybody is shortly, I guess, and that will be what's a chops? I forget the name. But look, Kickstarter backer. This is the Kickstarter version of this game, which you cannot buy in the shops. You can buy a much smaller version of this game, not the big one. God, yes, this is very hefty. Okay, become a member of the Bureau of the BPRD. Ready to investigate occult threats that threaten our very existence. Inspired by legendary tales of horror, myth and folklore by Mike Mignola, Hellboy the board game is a fully co-op experience for 1 to 4 players. Now this means that I can play this by myself, because I don't have to invite people over to come and ruin my toys. That's quite exciting, because trying to find somebody to play a game of 40k or or anything else, or Dreadfleet, or any of the other things that I've got kicking around in the background. I don't have to worry. I also don't. I might even manage to learn the rules for this thing. Because I tell you what, trying to teach my kids how to play Dreadfleet a couple of months ago did not go very well because I've never played it and it's not very intuitive. Anyway, right, models supplied, unpainted, paint not included, photography not to scale. I can hear Christopher Lloyd saying that. This is not a toy. I can hear every man saying that to their wives. This is not a toy, this is a model. Now, that's lovely. A little bit of gloss. Shiny gloss overprint there. The rest of the box is satin. Let's see how this goes. Come on, box, help me out. There we go. Right. So what do we got in here? Tutorial, read this first. Welcome to Hellboy the board game booklet is designed to make your transition from a know-nothing rookie to veteran BPRD agent as smooth as possible. Well, that's good. This is what I need. Now let's see if I can have the discipline to read any of this at all before I... No, I'm not going to read it. No, this is the rule book. Let's keep this handy. Let's keep that there. Read that first. In the glaring light of that lamp. What else have we got here? Yes, we're only 2 pieces of paper down and we're already advertising Dungeon Saga and Star Saga. Thanks, Mantic. We'll put that aside thanks to the adverts. A piece of artwork. That's lovely. That's the box art and the black and white version. Now, if my kids get hold of this, they're going to want to colour it in. Keep that safe somewhere. And here, another shiny thing. This is what is this? This is character cards. Just catching up with Chris's commentary here on chat. Don't do it. What do you mean don't do it? What did I suggest I might do? I have no idea. Oh goodness! Shouldn't have used one of these. Should have brought a knife to the gun party. So here is, well, while we're looking, this is Kate Corrigan, and she is an expert researcher. You can tell her 'cause she's got a big gun. Right, come on. There we go. I've never opened a box like this before. This is actually quite exciting. Okay. Kate Corrigan, Sydney Leach, Bud Waller, Horned Hellboy, Lobster Johnson. He was lame in the latest movie. Not that anything else in the movie was actually any good. Who's that? Trevor Bruttenholm, Scott Clark, Pancakes Hellboy, Roger, the Visitor, Hellboy, Liz Sherman, Johann Kraus, and Abe Sapien. So those are characters. Now, no doubt, these symbols here have some significance. Now we've got little boxes here to put things on. So we'll find out what that is shortly as well. Let's put you to the top of the screen. Tray number 1. Oh, wow. So much. It's not like trying to unbox like Dundoggy's Kickstarter, which I did and I haven't uploaded yet, and that was 13 little plastic miniatures. This is a little bit more involved. Right. Never read the quick start rules. Right, yeah, just I'll do what my kids do and grab something and make up the game as I go along. Okay, so here we have some coloured tokens, some red tokens. In here, the little baggies, we've got coloured and black cubes. Let's get you back in here. In here we have encounter cards. These look like more. Are these more encounter cards? Well, individually wrapped case files. Stop, this is the back of the case file deck. Avoid spoilers, turn it over and only look at the front of the top card. Okay. Keep them sealed then. More case files. Stop. Right, what's this? Burrow. What's that? That's the Deck of Doom. Resolving Unexpected Threat cards. More Deck of Doom. Right, I'm not going to open those just yet. Now I'm going to come back here for a minute. Now this actually, this giant Kickstarter box actually turned up at my parents' house 100 miles north of where I am here in South London, and they kindly brought it down to me for on Easter the other day, yesterday in fact. In the meantime, I was really trying to persuade them to do this very video, to unbox it, to stick a camera up in their kitchen and just open it up and try and figure out what the hell they were looking at. That would have been absolutely hilarious, because they don't know. They've seen the original Hellboy movie from, 15 years ago, and that's it. They know that this Kickstarter thing existed, but I don't think they know that there are games, let alone what these games have in them. And I think a couple of people in their 70s unboxing this thing in complete befuddlement would have been absolutely hilarious. But that's not what's happening, and that's not to be. Sadly, maybe another time I'll be able to persuade them to unbox something for just for funsies. Alright, back to it. Okay, what we got here? These feel like tiles. What's this? Foam. More packing foam. Oh, I see miniatures. God, this is. These feel great inside here. Well, can't help it. I have to break in. Oh, they're double-sided. So this is what we paid a little extra for, or was one of the stretch goals, I think, to have linen-backed cards and more high quality tiles. So these just pop out like that, and we can put those in various patterns. Now I've done this in other board games, popping things out of cardboard, but it's never felt this good, this sturdy. This is really, really lovely. Right, let's put you over here. I'm not going to open all of that. How do we get into this without kicking all the things over and getting too excited? Okay, I'm going to start here. Oh my god. Right. Absolutely no way I will know what all these characters are straight away. Also, there we go. They're stuck down with sellotape. You swap places. That was an interesting little game we played. Okay. So there's Liz. Cheeky people. Right, Johann Kraus. Let's see, how close can we get you up to here before you get completely out of focus? Okay. So these are rather good. Let's bear with me a second. Let's get some focus on this. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. I can't quite see this full screen. So this is Johann Kraus. That's actually really lovely. Lovely quality. There's a few seam lines. I'm not looking forward to scraping these seam lines. But I don't know if you can see that. Down there. It's not bad, it's hidden through the detail. But there is a definite seam coming through that. But at least to be able to play the game as is without freaking out about it. Now there's Liz. Now, of course, do we paint her up? There's some good detail. There's the seam line just there, but there's a bit of actual piping on her trousers. Do we paint her up as Blue Fire from film number 1, or Yellow Fire from film number 2, or just ignore that she ever existed in the film that just came out? Who's this? That's Abe Sapien. And I love the detail here on the BPRD logo on the back of the flak jacket. It's really cool. Ah, he's chunky. There he is. All red. that is what I'd say a depiction of a middle-aged old man, Hellboy, balding, bit of hair hanging off the back of his head, a little beard, mutton chops, and a big right hand of doom. That's good. That looks like Hellboy. I don't want to lay into the latest movie more than I have to, but what a bloody awful experience that was. This big fist feels, that feels like it's on his arm as opposed to sort of hanging off it, dangling onto the floor like I don't know what they were playing at. I can't wait to paint it. Can't wait. Hellboy, fully horned, ready for fire. I feel like I want to put a little blob of something in there to make it look like he's glowing. That's so dynamic. Look at that. He's gonna smash that or something. So many little packs. Good job, Mantic. Good job. Now who's this? Don't know. I don't know who that is. I want to say it's Kate Blanchett from Indiana Jones number 4, but it's probably not, because she's not in this. I can't do that, Chris. No, I can't put that because I've set the camera to manual focus, not auto. How good are we seeing that? Might be better to see it anyway, just for contrast. So that was our friend here from the cards. Yeah, Kate Corrigan, that's her name. Which means that this is Sydney Leach. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get to know all of these guys so much better as we go along. Now, that looks like a Rasputin. And so does that. Little pancakes, Hellboy. He loves his pancakes. Look at that. Little pancake on a fork. Yeah, that looks like fun. Again, couldn't tell you who that is. Cool, thanks Chris. Right. A little bit of empty pages. We can paint in whatever we like in there. I wonder what's he going to be reading? What tiny little pictures can we put in there to say that he's got something hidden in there? Latest copy of Ooh La La, maybe. Where are we? There we go. I want to say a Cyberman with a mobile phone, but I'll be wrong. this is definitely Rasputin as we know him in all his glory, before he was shot, drowned, and then sung about by a disco band. Don't know who's that. He's got a chain, a thumpy thing instead of a right hand. Looks like one of the He-Man characters. Oh. Oh, nice. This guy's got tiny little dragon wings. This could be fun. Okay. Some guy with a jetpack. Kind of feel like I want to paint him up like the Rocketeer. And a Jacaro weaponsmith. No? That's great. Good old Caesar from Planet of the Apes, taking time out of that film to play a game with us. Another bad Nazi type with what's he got here? He's got a Luger, he's got a knife and a gas mask. He must be a bad guy. And this is clearly Kevin Kline from Wild Wild West. How am I going to paint that bit under there? We have to unpin all these bits, all these little spider legs. That's a fun little kit bash. If that isn't a kit bash, then somebody actually designed that and printed it. Brilliant. Okay, so those are our first, how many of that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 15, 18, and these little busts are character, I forget which kind of character tokens I remember. These were a stretch goal in the Kickstarter. That's Liz. Johann Kraus. I would have liked these in resin, but they didn't offer them, as I think, unless you ordered the whole lot, wasn't in it for the big money. That possibly, yes, that's Abe. Oh wow. Let's get it. Can you see that all right? That's lovely detail. I can see what 2019 is going to be for me. It's going to be a lot of painting little plastic dogs and little plastic Hellboy things. So stick around on or follow me on Instagram at MiniModelPaint, and the same on Twitter, MiniModelPaint, to see all the results of those things. And if I can be bothered, I'll stick them on Facebook as well, although I have not been keeping that particularly up to date. Now this is going to be every single scale with its own little bit of highlighting fun. And this one, even finer highlighting. Look at that! Since when did Cleopatra turn into a snake? Let's give my back a little break because I'm getting on a bit. Let's come back here and have a quick chat about these. These are exciting already. So we're part of the way through all this stuff, and where's the camera over here? I haven't got as good a light over here, but that's tier 1. How many more have we got to go? This is this is a hell of a thing. If only the postman knew what he was delivering. Right. Bit more then. Oops. Wow. This is... Oh, that's interesting. That's not how that was intended. These guys just fell out. This is multi... Right. Okay. I might have to ring up Mantic and say, how does this little one, this set, how does this go back together? Because I messed it up. I screwed it up. Does it go... Anyway, these are awesome. Look at the size of those things. I mean, they've already been glued together for me. I'm going to have to get the plastic putty out. I'm pointing with this one. There's a little seam that's been joined together, not so brilliantly there, but that's okay. A bit of plastic putty will fix that. He's cool. That is one hell of a gorilla. Don't know who this is, but he looks kind of underwater tar pit kind of colouring, but with lots of bits of seaweed and stuff stuck to him. Oh, really clumsy tonight. Okay, an alligator. Again, there's a big couple of seams there which need a little bit of work. So you can even see the glue marks. Thank you for gluing them together for me. Now I don't have to. Oh, this is a little statue. That's really cool. Now this, I think, is... No, I don't remember which one this is. Because this one is the Conqueror Worm. That's a very cool tentacle. Blimey, that's heavy. That is... You could do some damage to somebody with this. That is... Wow. Yeah. I mean, I haven't... I know this is the Conqueror Worm, and even still, I'm a little bit speechless. I'll polish that down a bit. And who's this down here? Is this Baba Yaga? Yeah. In a giant goblet. With some very interesting geometry under her arms there to paint. Yeah, that's really cool. Oh, so she goes back in there. He goes back in there. He goes like that. Right. Does he go this way? No. Does he go this? No. Not him. I feel like one of them needs to go this way. That feels about right. maybe. Is that right? Or is he there? Yeah, look at that. Got it. There we go. Got it. Right. Mantic, don't worry. You don't need to send me over to China to teach me how to pack these boxes. Right. Note to self: remember to be more careful with that one. Right, here we go. Is this the last tray? We've got another bit of foam. No, it's not the last tray. Jesus. Three more trays. Three more. I feel left out somewhat. Okay, these I don't need to take out completely. Here we have, obviously, we've got dice, shot dice, multiplier dice, regular dice, and these black things with crosses on them, signifying something else. We have explosion templates, different types of markers here, little, let's have a look. I will open this. Little BPRD counters, I think. Now, over on Models Workshop UK on the podcast, if any of you are listeners to our little show, you'll know that my colleague Chloe over there ordered this. I think she was an early bird backer, and she got hers a day after me, so looking forward to seeing what she has to say about it. So these are little BPRD logo tokens. It's cute. A lot of these will go unpainted. These are rats. Are they rats? I think these are rats. Why did it have to be rats? Now this is interesting. A bag of other things. These are little... Now let's open it up. Odd little... There's a radio, a book. So these are some scenery pieces. A rock with... I think these are probably objective markers, maybe. Some bones, a vase, other little book bits, a coffin, a table with some drinks on it, and a little tentacle wormy thing with all the way around the right hand of doom. Ooh, interesting. Just because we're here, let's have a look at these. Lots of them. lots. I mean, there's 9 fire tokens. And these minis are very cool. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these guys. 5 of these guys. Another 5 of these guys. I'm getting the impression that Mr. Toad from Wind of the Willows has mutated into something really, really nasty. And this guy with a big stick. So these are obviously people we're fighting against, a little bit like the zombies in the Walking Dead game. There are 4 characters, 4 bad guys, repeated. Now we've got the same thing going on here. Try not to do that off camera again, sorry about that. So this tray, we've got various soldiers. Just as a regular soldier there, except this guy at the end, that's Lobster Johnson, and he's got his lobster logo on his chest there. Another bad guy with a gas mask. And another BPRD agent. Here, a Lobster Johnson character token. And this guy whose gun needs a little bit of hot water work to straighten it back out. Won't be a problem. These are the generic baddies. Still really nice work on them. Really good sculpts. And again, I don't know if that's him as a character bust. And the evil turkey thing makes me want to go out and buy a bottle of whiskey. Final tray then. This is the final tray. Where's the sellotape on this? Let me turn up the light a little bit. How's that? Turn it back down when we need it. So it's already too bright up close. Sorry about that. Sort of griffin, woman, talons outstretched. 5 of them. Little collection of bats. 5 of them. An old crone. Ooh, 5 of them. Good looking werewolf. Looks like a puppy howling at my bank balance. And an eagle, a kestrel, a big evil pigeon of some sort. 5 of them as well. And last but not least, some attack wolves. And that's your lot. Right. So the question is, can we get it back in the box the same way it came out? And how long will it be before I learn how to actually play the game? That went in there. I think it's going to rattle around. Yeah, I've done it wrong because I'm missing this bit. I don't know where that came from. There we go. That's close enough to jazz. For jazz. Right. Character cards. Rules. Art. Bits. And the read for this first, which, you're right, I didn't do it. But I will at some point. So that has been Hellboy. This is what we got inside Hellboy the board game. And do you know what? For the, what did we spend on it? It was about £100 plus a bit of postage. That's a lot of value. Now we spoke about this ad nauseum on the podcast. That's a lot of value for money. Now, if I remember rightly, there's about, I don't know, 120 figures in there, knocking on for that, maybe 115 or something like that, but let's call it, round it up to 120, plus the high quality card, plus the all of the different tokens and other bits. You don't have to bring your own dice to this game. It's got everything it needs, self-contained in there. If you took out all of the paperwork in there and just had the plastic minis, they'd come out, I think we worked it out to something like 94p per figure. So that's, obviously you can only do that with this kind of scale, a giant box of a load of things, and have a load of people buy loads of it. But wow, what value for money. And if anybody says you spent £100 on a board game, this here is, yes, this is £100 for a board game. There are going to be lots and lots of permutations of each of these case files, because we're not going to play it the same way each time. And by we, I mean me and the myself and the other one, I. And maybe when they're a little bit older, maybe my kids as well. I can't see people coming over, bringing the beer and the burgers to have a game of this. Well, that's only because I don't know anybody who would do that. Still, I'm looking forward to playing this. And when I'm done playing with it in about 5 years' time, give me a call and I'll sell it to you at a good price, and they'll all be painted as professionally as they can be by me. So thank you to Chris for tuning in, and thank you to everybody else who's watched after the fact. You're too late, you can't ask me any questions, not live on this chat. So yeah, thank you, and follow me on Twitter, MiniModelPaint, Instagram, MiniModelPaint, here on YouTube. Don't forget, hit subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. Been a little bit slow in the last, let's call it nearly a year, for uploading videos. Life has managed to get in the way, but let's try and stop getting life in the way and put games and models back into your YouTube feed. And as you can see behind me, I've got plenty of projects to be working on. So take it easy, and we managed to do this before midnight hit. So good night, and look after yourself.